And we're live, true talk. Man, I am so excited to get this kicked off with my good friend Arturo Knight. How you doing, brother?
Sir, yes, sir. I'm doing amazing, bro. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, I couldn't think of a better guy to get started. A lot of you guys don't know, but I did a website through him, e-commerce site, and I just realized how talented he was because I actually met you through Jessikill, your band.
Yes.
How you guys doing with that?
Dude, amazing. Like I told you, I said earlier, dude, I said we're breaking the ice this weekend. We're going to be performing at Fitzgerald's, but it's going to be one of our first shows this whole entire year.
Nice. Oh, man, I bet it feels good, huh?
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, we're rehearsing tomorrow, but the show's day after tomorrow.
Awesome.
So,
hey, it's in the blood, man. You got it in the tip of your fingers.
It is what it is.
You know it.
I mean, we've been in quarantine. It's time for us to perform already. I mean, we've been locked down. But we're ready to, like I said, we're going to break the ice. And we're going to show everyone, you know what? Let's get live music going again.
Cool, man.
Let's get it going. We got to wake up the beast again. Wakey, wakey.
It's about time, man. I mean, I haven't played with my bands either, and it just kind of sucks, man, because what are we doing on the weekends now? And just all the equipment there just sitting, doing nothing.
Yeah, watch all the not new TV shows. Just watch reruns. No one's even doing movies or TV shows. There's nothing to watch on Netflix. Is worthless.
You already watched everything good, right?
I don't know why I'm still paying it. I don't even watch anything on there. Everything's from the 80s.
I know, right? What do you normally watch?
The Office. On rerun.
Never gets old, huh?
Season 1 through 10, every single episode. Every single one, not even lying.
Really?
Once I finish, I start all over again. And then I just let it run.
It's one of those that you can watch over and over.
Yeah, and I know every single word, everything.
All the lines.
I love it.
Cool, man. Cool. What is it about The Office? What do you think? It's just dry humor?
Steve Carell.
He does it all, huh?
Yeah, dude, he's a really good actor. There's other people on there I like too, but Steve Carell takes the cake. There's Dwight, all them. They're funny, but Steve Carell's the funniest, and that's why I really watch it, dude. He's a really good actor.
Cool.
I actually went one time I went and drove all the way to California one time. Oh no, I flew there, but we drove from California to I think it's like Ingleside or something, and that's where they had filmed the show. And me and my girlfriend Amber, we went and we saw an actual place where they filmed the show. I went there, took pictures and everything, and it was pretty cool.
Nice, dude. You do a lot of traveling, don't you?
Hell yeah.
You love it, huh?
I love traveling.
How many places have you been to? You been outside of the United States?
Well, I've been to space. That counts as one.
What?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me that story, man. What's going on with that?
If we're talking about states, I can't count. I've been to states, but it's fun. But I love Texas. But I have been to outer space. No, just kidding. No, I love to travel, bro. I really love to travel. I mean, a lot of people have that one thing they really like, and the one thing I really like to do is travel. I go to Disney a lot. I love.
Yeah, I noticed Disney.
Yeah, it's one of my main places. Like, I love to travel, and that's where I. Excuse me.
Burp.
Sorry. Jesus.
It's all good.
Okay, edit that out.
This mic's not that good. I probably didn't pick it up.
But yeah, I love to travel. I love to go to places I've never been to before, and that's what I enjoy doing with my time. I mean, a lot of times I wondered, say one time, say you're the richest guy in the world, like what do you want to spend your money on? It's like what more okay, you have a nice house, paid. You have a nice car, paid. So what else are you gonna do? Like what else do you spend your money? Like say Jeff Bezos, he's a billionaire. What more does he spend his money on? Like he's so rich. Like what more? Like, and my thing is travel. Of course, if you have the money, just travel the world, do whatever. So I like to travel, and basically, that's what I just love to do. So that's why I've made most of my lifestyle something that allows me to travel. Whether it's e-commerce, like you said, with your website, or with the band touring, dude. I love touring. But when I'm on tour, I'm also able to work on all my stuff too.
Right on the computer.
Yeah.
Easy. So how do you do that? Like, do you guys have an actual hotspot? Yeah.
Hotspots.
Does it work if you're driving, like just on the way, or do you got to be stationary?
Sometimes there's actually no service. Like one time when we went to Phoenix, Arizona, dude.
Well, some areas, right, don't have service.
I don't know. They had no service. The whole entire city. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, we had no service, no internet, no phone
I see.
service, and it was boring. Like I had no Wi-Fi. I was like, whatever. I'll just have to take a break, I guess.
It was like live.
And yeah, but we're waiting, before a show or something. Like you're not. A lot of people think you're just getting drunk, having a good time.
A lot of it is just waiting and getting to places.
We're just sleeping in the van, waiting. Excuse me. Waiting for the show to happen. Waiting for a setup. Setup's done. Now we just wait. That's all it is. I mean,
Right. Hurry up and wait.
When we go to another city, you're leaving at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., or at the nighttime. Like, we would literally, one time we left L.A. at like 2 a.m. We went, because we did a backyard party in Los Angeles. Man. And we all got wasted.
Well, I remember, didn't you find a doppelganger out there?
Yeah. We found a doppelganger. Dude, that was actually the guy from Holy Grail. That was the drummer from... No, that was the guitarist of Holy Grail, which looks like our drummer. And that was out in L.A., dude. We got wasted that night, dude. It was for NAMM. It was a NAMM after party.
What year was that?
That was like 2-3 years ago. Like, 2018?
2017?
Yeah, 2018, I think. Whatever, it was 2018, I think. Dude, Michelangelo was there, Neil Turbin, Holy Grail was there, us, Jessikill was there, and it was an awesome show. And we ended up all getting really, really wasted. Well, we ended up playing another show, which was we're on the tour, which it was a party, but at some guy's house. And it was just set up that day. So we went, we played, dude, there was like, not even lying, like 150 people there, bro. At this back house, like a mansion.
Nice.
Like, holy. Dude, everyone there was crazy, mosh pitting. We played there. Dude, they did not shut us down. I was like, that's crazy. That's how LA does it. Well, we got wasted. We ended up staying there to like 5 a.m. something. And we ended up driving to the next place, which was, after LA, it was Nevada.
After the party, you just
Vegas.
took off.
We just took off. Drunk.
I know,
well,
right?
Not us. Our driver was sober, which was a friend of ours. The whole band was drunk, but the driver was sober. And he literally drove us all the way to Vegas, dude, and we were wasted. So we slept all during the day, dude, all during the day. And then during the night, we had the show. We went, everything set up. Then we just chill in the van. We just chill.
Just wait it out,
Just wait it out with no service. No, nothing, just finding stuff to do. Like one time, dude, we were in New Mexico, and it was windy. I'd never been in New Mexico. There was like this hill with dirt on it, and we were literally getting dust blown in our eyeballs. Like, that's it. Like, New Mexico's built of dust, and the wind was blowing, and there was dust going in our eyeballs, our hair. I could feel the crumbs of dirt in my hair. Like, I felt it, dude.
It's like sand, basically.
Sand,
right?
That's how New Mexico was. And the venue we were playing at, we went, there was just no one there. Like, okay, where's the guy that's running the show?
I guess it happens, right? Sometimes you get some, when you're touring, you don't know what you're going to get, huh?
Yeah. It was like, where's the guy that's running the thing? So I text him, oh, yeah, the guy's there. He'll be there soon. And he'll take care of things, whatever. So we wait there, and then no one ever shows up. So like, we have to play. We're playing here tonight, right? Well, we go and ask. There's like this old lady sitting there, dude. At first, when I saw her, I thought she was a ghost. Like, that's how creepy she looked.
Oh, shit! Like,
she was just sitting on her stoop, just chilling there in the front of the. It was like a place, like where we played.
Some tumbleweeds in the background.
Yeah, no, not even lying, bro. There's literally tumbleweeds there.
I believe
and
it, yeah.
Dirt flying in the air. And we saw her, and we're like, there's a show here tonight. We don't know if you're affiliated with this venue. She said, I don't know of any show going on here tonight. Okay. So we go back in the van and hide. I text a guy. He's like, oh, that guy should be there any minute. No one ever showed up. So we were like, all right. We drove all the way to New Mexico. What the hell are we going to do now? Well, we just had to leave. So we literally just decided to leave. We missed the show. There's no show because that promoter just bailed.
Wow.
And we just drove all the way back home to the next show, which was in El Paso. So we went to El Paso, and before we got there, dude, we were really pissed off because of what happened in New Mexico. So like, you know what, we just want to go home, like whatever. So
it was over. Huh?
We had talked to the promoter from El Paso.
I guess that just kind of seems to be the the thread. A lot of bands go through that. You kind of have to. Huh?
Yeah, dude, tour sometimes seems like it's a crazy party, and all that. Dude, tour.
It's never that glamorous.
No, it's a lot of work and a lot of putting up with stuff. A lot of, all right, yeah, we'll sleep at someone's backyard. We'll sleep in someone's couch.
Right, a lot of bullshit. Whatever you gotta do just to get through.
We'll go to a hotel and then sleep there, and then there'll be a roach staring at us on the counter, eye to eye, when you wake up. And it's not the Tooth Fairy.
Nope.
So, but it's whatever. I'll sleep there.
You do it for rock and roll, huh?
Rock and roll, baby.
So why don't we rewind it, dude? Go all the way back, dude, when you were a little kid, dude. Like, how did you even get started in music?
Well, I'm trying to think. I had thought, me, my brother, and my neighbor, we thought we were rock stars. Like, we would listen to music, everything, and we would make fake bands. One time, dude, this is a really good story. Me and my brother and our neighbor, Aaron, whatever, and we were not partying, we were like little kids inside the room, but we acted like we were in a band, and we had little cheap guitars, fake drums with no drum pedal. We're kicking it with our foot, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's put the fog on. So we got these fog machines, and we literally put them to the max. And all meanwhile, my parents were downstairs, not knowing what the hell's going on. So we're upstairs, and we put the fog machine on. Dude, I couldn't even see my brother right in front of me.
No way.
Like,
well, I know. I believe it, dude. Those fog machines, dude, they flood the room quick, dude. If you don't know what you're doing.
Like,
so you had a fog machine just laying around.
Yeah, it was a fog machine for the show, which didn't exist then. It was just a fog machine. I would buy some weird stuff. One time I bought a unicycle, and
just in case.
I had failed learning it. I would fall off, so I sold it on eBay. I think.
Oh, I see. Well, you gave it a try.
Yeah, I gave it a try, and I failed. But yeah, so we fogged it up. I couldn't even see my brother. Well, all of a sudden, we just started hearing beeping.
Oh, yeah.
The fire alarm goes off in my parents' house, dude. But we had one of those fire alarms I didn't know that immediately caused 911.
Oh, perfect.
Like the fire hydrant people, or the firefighters show up instantly.
Yeah.
Like they just drive there without even knowing what's going on. So they did that, and beep beep whatever. And my parents are going, "What's going on up there, whatever." We thought we were going crazy, dude. The fire people actually show up. They're like, "No, there was just smoke, whatever, smoke." They end up leaving. But that's how we thought we were a band, would practice, whatever. Well,
how old were you when that happened?
Dude, like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years old. And we had a neighbor, his name was Aaron. He now lives up in L.A., but he was also in one of the original bands I was in called The Next Day. And he was the one that was there also when we fogged the place up, whatever. Well, one day he comes home, or by home, we're neighbors, dude, and we're outside every single day. And he comes and he's like, I just saw this really cool band at Market Square, and they're kids like us, they're our age, and they're playing music and covers and this and that.
Oh, shit.
I recorded them on my phone. So he shows us his phone, beep, 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 whatever, like, man, these kids are awesome, like, they're rock stars, whatever. They're called Young Generation. And I also gave those guys a shout out, dude. I owe a lot of a lot of my career to those people, and I'll get to it why. So basically, they're called Young Generation, whatever. So it was a picture of them, and it said Young Generation. They're young. Their fingers, in their pockets, young kids. And we were amused, dude. We're like, whoa, they're kids just like us. So I was a big convincer at the time. So I convinced my brother, said, you're not down to call the manager and tell him about our band. Tell him about our band.
But did you have a band ready to go, like music and everything? Or
No.
it was just like we
had nothing.
Benjamin Franklin style of just take a
Just
job
put it
and
this
figure
way.
it out as you go?
I was the drummer. And you know how I hit the drum bass pedal? With my foot. Because we had no actual little kick.
Yeah.
I was going, pa, pa, kicking the
Just
drum.
kicking it.
That's how I'll do it.
Bruce Lee style, with your toes up.
Well, we literally thought we had a band so good, I had came up with different names for the band. And some of the names that I came up with, the first one was Black Chains. That was the
There
first
you go,
name.
man. There you go.
Yeah, but the second name, get this. I don't know why I was so egotistical. It was called The Wanted.
The Wanted.
Yes, and we were not wanted.
Well,
We did not know how to play music.
I can see the
I give you that.
irony in it. I like it, man. I like
So,
it.
But get this. Now there's actually a real band called The Wanted, and they're very famous, but they're a boy band.
Yeah.
So the idea I had was good.
Yeah, you're
it
right.
just wasn't for me.
Well,
It wasn't for us.
Wearing black, where were you going to go, you know?
We didn't want to settle with Black Chains either. That was not a good band name. And it was back in my emo days, I guess I could say. Back in my emo days. But
So then you guys actually learned to play instruments at some point.
No, we didn't know what the heck we were doing, dude.
Really?
Nothing at all. And
how did you get to learn how to play the bass?
well, that dare that I did, I dared my brother. I told him, I dare you. I dare you to call the manager and tell him we're a band. So he calls him. My brother did not care. He did anything I say. He had no worries about the world. Nothing.
Plenty of confidence.
Plain confidence. Grabs the phone. Beep, beep, beep. Dials the number. Hello. Calling. So he's calling them. And we're listening. He's like, and then I just remember that guy. It was the manager. He said, hello. And my brother was like, yes, we're a band. We're teenagers and we saw y'all. And he's like, who is this? My name's Buddy. And that's his nickname, Buddy.
Nice.
My name's Buddy. He was like, okay, Buddy. So you have a band, right? You said you're kids, huh? And I was like, yes, sir. We have a band and we're kids. Okay, well, how old are y'all guys? And I said, oh, we're like 7 to 8 years old to 9. And he was like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, that's nice to know. Well, awesome, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we ended up hanging up with her. That's all he said. Well, later that day, we went running to my parents. They're like, you'll never guess what happened. We talked to the manager of this band, and we told him about our band. And we expected them to be like, what? Really? Whatever. And the first thing out of my dad's mouth was, what the hell do you think you're doing? So my dad went, and he found the number, and he called that guy. And he's like, sir, I'm so sorry. They do not have a band. They do not.
Come on, Dad.
I'm sorry. They do not have a band. They do not. I'm sorry they're calling you and telling you this stuff, but they do not have a band. They don't even have instruments like that. They do not. I'm sorry they wasted your time. Well, his name was Joseph Trevino, and he says, well, I would still like to meet your kids because something about them makes me want to meet them. I don't know what it is, but just something makes me want to meet them. So my dad's like, they do not know music. They are not a band. I'm telling you. He's like, no. I still want to meet them. So my dad's like, all right, sure. So he sets up a meeting. You'll have to wait while I drink.
Some of those tumbleweeds are running through now.
Where was I? Okay, so
your dad is like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, he's like, what the hell's going on?
They still want to meet you, so they want to help you out, huh?
Yeah, so they set up a meeting. He actually comes to our house like the same day. He comes. And he's like, play a song for me. And me and my brother and our neighbor were like, let's do it.
You're like, I've been ready my whole life.
We're like, yeah. Yeah.
So, but do you guys
want to see a song? That's literally how we're...
and you guys have instruments at this point, or is this just like make believe? It's still like the air guitars, or
well, we had first stack guitars, but like
like the real guitars.
Had 3 strings.
Right.
The guitar had like 3 strings. The drum had no bass pedal. Had one of those side things and one thing here, and that's it. It was a 3-piece. It's time.
No, say close here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just on the mic.
And it was a 3-piece drum set, and so we were in a band. We had no real things, and I was the drummer. My brother was I don't know what, he was a guitarist, and our neighbor also was with the guitar. 2 guitarists.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, play a song for me. So we're like, all right, let's play my AC/DC TNT.
Oh shit.
So here we go. We start. I'm the starter. With both my foot, kicking it, making a hole in the freaking drum pedal. And then all of a sudden, you hear my brother and our neighbor Aaron, din, 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 but they're playing different things at the same time. Not even this. Oh no, Aaron was playing "Smoke on the Water."
Oh no!
My brother's playing. Yeah, my brother's playing. And then I'm just kicking the bass. So I always remember to this day. After that happened, it stops, and we didn't even finish the song. We didn't have a singer, nothing. So we stopped, and all of a sudden it gets quiet, and he just goes like this. Interesting. That's all he says. That's all he says. He said,
maybe I can work with this.
yeah. He just goes, interesting. And so he just gets quiet, and that's it. We walk out of there, and he's like, well, get my kids on there. So he gets his kids on there. That guy's shredding on the guitar, 16 years old, dude. 16, we were like 9, so we looked at it, we're like, whoa, shredding on the guitar, dude, crazy. And we were like amazed, and the drummer making that little thing work.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Holy cow.
You guys were
my
like,
God.
these guys are for real.
Yeah, you guys are legit. So we're like, all right. So I remember the ice cream man came, whatever, and my dad and Joseph, they went outside and they talked, and he was like, something about your kids, something tells me that I need to teach them. I want to take them under my wing. And my dad, he tells my dad, excuse me, he said, if you really want to let your kids do this, I'm willing to take them under my wing, but under one condition. You have to buy them professional equipment. They are not going to be playing that rinky-dink stuff. He's like, I'll teach them, but you have to buy their equipment. So my dad literally went, and he bought us $1,000 freaking equipment, dude. You know what I mean? Like Ibanez, SG, and this was, this is actually, because at that same time, he said, I'm going to make a band out of y'all. He's like, you're going to be the bassist, which was me. And I was like, what the heck is a bass?
Oh.
He's like, bands have bass?
That's right. You only had 2 guitars.
I didn't know bands had a bass. I didn't know bass players existed. I thought a band is just guitar, drums, and a singer.
You were like, is that like a bear of the
guitar?
Yeah,
a bass. Like, okay, I'll play a bass. Isn't that the thing from the drums? Like, I guess. Yeah, I know how to play that. I'll kick it. So we went through whatever, and my dad, he bought me the SG. He bought my brother a Fender Stratocaster, brand new.
Oh, nice.
Red.
That's a nice guitar to start with.
And get this, we didn't know nothing about music. Nothing, but my dad bought us $1,000 freaking equipment.
So then he's like, you guys better learn this shit.
Oh, yeah, literally. So we finally had some meetings with that guy Joseph, and he literally taught me how to play bass. And I always remember the first riff that he taught me was a country riff. So one of his neighbors came over, which was a country guy. He's like, this guy's a bass player, play his riff. So he comes and he's like, typical blues riff.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me the riff. That was my first riff, right? And I started playing. Whatever. It didn't sound like that, of course. It probably sucked. Whatever. Like a Stevie Ray Vaughan type of riff.
Sure.
And that was my first riff, whatever. Well, we had learned, eventually I learned how to play bass, slowly. This was 1 weekend. And my brother also learned how to play guitar with Joseph teaching him. The son was teaching, the guitarist how to do that stuff. The drummer was teaching the drummer. Well, the manager, Joseph, says, y'all guys are going to have a show in 2 weeks at the Blue Star on First Friday. And this is back then, dude. This is 20-something.
That's when it was happening.
That's when it was popping, dude. First Friday was
12,
big. Yeah.
15.
Yeah, I was only like
2015.
7, 8 years old. And so we're like, all right. So we have 3 weeks to learn one song, and we're going to open up for his son's band as he's going to introduce us as his new proteges, whatever.
Yep.
So the one song we learned was Sweet Home Alabama. That was the song that we learned. And it was only 3 notes.
Yep. It's like what? C.
Yeah,
C,
it was
a
D, C, G.
Yeah.
DCG. I always remember DCG. She was a wild one.
Yep. Yeah, I played that song too. It's a great song. It's nice and chill. Nice and chill. Well, very cool, man.
That was the very first song. So we had our show at Blue Star.
How did it go?
Well,
did you guys tank? Or did you guys fucking come through?
They introduced us. It was our very first show. Our parents were on the front row. And
did you take the smoke machine?
No.
Oh, come on.
Bruh, we're already playing at Blue Star.
I know, that's true. That's true.
They had one for us.
Oh! All right.
Anyways. No, but we went to play. play, and then they introduce like the next day. Oh, that's what they call it. The next day. The next day is up next. We're like, ooh.
Oh shit.
My parents were more nervous than us.
Of course.
They're watching us like, oh my god.
They're like, we're gonna return these freaking instruments if you guys don't
kick
ass
we're gonna
tonight.
go take them off stage and then take them straight home. No one's gonna see their faces ever again in showbiz. Anyways, so we went up, we had our things. All right, the next day, so we went and played our Sweet Home Alabama song. It was just like a movie, Free Willy. People started to stand up in the crowd and start dancing, dude.
Yeah.
A couple, I specifically remember how they looked to this day. This was many years ago. They got up and they started dancing with each other. They started kissing, and everyone started getting up and dancing. So that was the very first time that we've ever performed, ever. And our parents were crying. Everything was like, holy cow, that was scary. Wow. That was fun. Yeah. After 3 weeks of us barely learning music. So after that, he was like, I could deal with this. So we ended up, we kept going with them. We were with them for a few years, like 5 years. And we kept working, doing shows. We got older and older. We even got a new singer in, new guitarist. And our drummer, we were making music, playing covers, started writing original music. We even worked with, David Banner, Chris Brown. We were going to be on the David Letterman show at one time. Dude, that band went crazy big. Yeah.
How did that, tell me that little part.
It was 2015. Oh, no, I was 15. It was like 2010. It was 2010. I was 15 years old. And we're playing at a Houston Street Fair. This was a place like Market Square. It was during Fiesta. And we would just literally play on the street. We would play on the street, and people would tip us. We would play for tips. Because at that time, Fiesta didn't pay out. They didn't pay.
Nice.
So we did it. We loved
always
to play.
Doing that to the musicians.
Oh, yeah. We love to play. So, we're kids, though. Not anymore. Hell no, not anymore. But back then, yes. Because we needed those shows.
Well, yeah.
We're performing.
You get your stripes.
Yeah, we're playing. At that time, we were playing now. Seven Nation Army.
Uh-oh.
And this guy walks up, dude. Bling. Freaking nice jacket. Nice sweats. Some nice shoes. I was like, whoa, that guy. You know when someone has money when you see him.
Uh-oh.
You just know.
At least they're flaunting it good.
Yeah. But you could also tell just the energy they give off. You could tell someone has money.
There's someone special.
Yeah,
they're doing things.
He walks up to the front, and he brings out a $100 bill, waves it in our eyes right in front of us, and drops it in the thing. And of course, people around like, yeah, nice $100 bill. Well, we leave the show. We go home. Before we go home, our manager stops us. She says, that guy that tipped you is David Banner. He's a Grammy Award-winning hip-hop artist, and he really liked y'all. He gave me his phone number. He's flying back to Los Angeles, but he wants me to call him as soon as he gets back to Los Angeles.
Wow.
We're teenagers. So we're like, whoa, cool. I didn't know anything about hip-hop then. But he did like Chevy with the Butterfly Doors, and, he had some good songs back then. And so our manager calls him. And basically what he wanted was he was going to be on the David Letterman show with Chris Brown. But he wanted to have a band play, and he wanted to mix hip-hop with rock. And he wanted us to play, Blame It On... No, it wasn't Blame It On That. Okay, it was Get Like Me. It was Get Like Me. And he wanted us to write a musical piece to his hip-hop song. And he was going to have Chris Brown on the track, him on the track, and us on the track. Then we were going to go perform it on the David Letterman show. So everything, we made the song. We worked with our producers, our music directors, with him. Finally got the song, got everything going. We're teenagers at the time. And he even flew all the way down back to Texas just to work, dude. And it was going to be with Chris Brown, whatever. The David Letterman show posted on their website. They sent us our tickets. We went and bought clothes for New York because it was cold at the time. It was snowy. It was during March. And I always remember it was during March. And we were prepared, dude, everything. We were going to play about a week away. It was about a week away from the time we were scheduled to go on air for our episode. And our manager gets a call from David Banner. And David Banner says, okay, this is going to be crazy, but David Letterman canceled everything.
What?
basically what happened was that same night that David Banner called our manager, Chris Brown beat up Rihanna and sent her to the hospital or whatever. When he beat up Rihanna, a big thing that happened in 2010.
Yeah.
Well, when Chris Brown beat up Rihanna, David Letterman said, I want nothing to do with Chris Brown. I want him off my show.
Oh,
we're canceling that episode, and it's done. So we got emailed that it was done.
Oh, no.
All the tickets were canceled. The whole thing was pulled.
Did you let him know you had nothing to do with Chris Brown?
He wanted nothing to do with anyone that was... Because it was going to be us, David Banner, and Chris Brown all performing together.
Oh, I see one.
And so he literally canceled everything. If you're involved with Chris Brown, which was us, you're not going to be in my TV show.
Wow.
So David Banner says, I'm going to make it up to y'all. I'm with, I forgot what, some big record, like Alaska record, some big record company. And he's like, I'm going to owe it to you guys. I'm going to pay you back, trust me. So I'm still waiting, David Banner.
Yeah, he's looking at you, David Banner.
Still waiting.
That's right.
But
help him out, man.
I was 15. Now that was like a decade ago. Shoot, I don't even think David Banner's making music anymore. But he is still...
Well, he's got connections. Come on.
He's still a Grammy Award winner.
No, props to him. Trying to help you guys out, that's great.
Yeah, so that happened. I ended up going to, a few bands, after that.
Right.
And then slowly ended up with Jessikill.
There you go.
That's when I already knew Jessica from many years ago. Remember I said Houston Street Fair days? When we were in the next day, that guy that taught us, Joseph Trevino, he also mentored Jessica Espinosa and Jennifer.
Oh, right on.
So while he was mentoring us as kids, he was mentoring them as kids. And that's when we met. It's a funny story, actually. The singer of my band, Jessica, the way we met was her getting mad at us. We were in trouble. She's a little older than me. But we were kids at the time. She was a little older. She was older.
You guys were infringing on her spotlight.
Well, dude, bro, check it out. We were practicing, rehearsing. And Jessica and Jennifer were singing with us as a band. And at that time, we just got a new member in the band, which was our singer. His name was Benny. And he was like 11 years old. And we were like 15, 16, whatever. And we're like, all right, this guy's going to get hazed.
Uh-oh. Was that like it was going to happen, or was that like you guys were planning to do it?
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Both, because it did happen.
Yeah.
He did get hazed.
Well, yeah, you can't, man. Ruthless, man. Ruthless.
So the way we hazed him was funny. I don't know why we're so stupid and young. We went outside. I grabbed one part of the water hose, and then I forgot who was the other guy in the band grabbed the other part of the water hose. I think it was probably my brother. I just didn't want to see my brother because it seems like we're both bullies, working together. So it wasn't that way.
Well, you guys did grow up together, so
yeah,
obviously you got a couple of talks.
He was also in the band. So it wasn't brotherly bullies.
True, it was just part of it.
So,
but there was nepotism going on.
Yeah. So we were doing this to the water hose. Shaking it up and down, shaking it.
Yeah.
To where, how it does like those rings.
Right.
And it snaps
and
at the
snaps
top.
At the end.
And we told him, go in the middle.
Oh, no. He walked into the snaps.
Yeah, and that was just hazing. We're kids, whatever.
Well, there you go. That wasn't so bad.
All of a sudden, we hear screaming coming from the porch. What the hell are you doing? Leave him alone. This and that. We're like, whoa. It was Jessica and Jennifer screaming at me and all of us. They're like, stop it. And they started screaming at us, and they went inside, and they told us we got in trouble with everyone there, and they started yelling at us. They started screaming at us. We were so scared.
Oh, shit.
That was our first impression with them.
Yeah?
Well,
you guys were hazing someone, dude.
Yes,
what do you expect?
Yes. True talk.
Exactly, man.
But, we were best friends as he was in our band. But after that happened, we ended up performing together at every Fiesta show. It was her and her sister would sing, then the next day right after. The closing act. So we ended up doing shows together as teenagers at Fiesta, every Fiesta, over and over, all the shows together. One time we did 8 days straight of Fiesta.
Oh, wow.
Performing. We did Oyster Bake, Fiesta, Fiesta de los Niños, all these shows straight up, 8 days in a row. And we literally lined them all up. We had a little tour van that we got. We went every single show. Bam, 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 bam.
Wow, so you guys were actually into it.
Well, dude, at Fiesta, we were really living with $800 to $1,500 in tips. every night. Like that's how much tips people give at Fiesta, and that's what we're doing. Dude, it was crazy. We'll do it for free. They don't pay. They don't pay at Fiesta, but we were like, just do it. Tips. Let's do it, and it worked out. We made lots of money. You know, of course, the manager kept a good amount. We got our cut. It all went well, and that's how literally where I met Jessica and Jennifer, and then she went on X Factor.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she went on X Factor. And
yeah, she killed it. She did great.
Yeah, she did. Dude, Simon Cowell, Demi
awesome,
Lovato,
dude.
Britney Spears.
They were all freaking out.
Dude, Britney Spears is going through a mental breakdown right now. Side note, I saw.
Really?
But yeah, crazy thing.
Well, is she even doing anything these days? What the hell's up with her? I don't
She
know.
gave Jamie Lynn Spears her estate. Conspiracy theorist, maybe. But if she gives her sister her estate, it's probably because she's worried that she might die soon. Which is weird.
Oh, so she's passing.
There's this big thing going on about her conservators, which is her parents. But anyways, side story. But yeah, it was Britney Spears. And Simon Cowell actually for the first time said that was amazing. Like, she got Simon Cowell to say yes. It went good. Well, when she came back from X Factor, that's when she had like a show. We went and we were talking and we're like, yeah, let's make a band. Let's do it.
Well, I think just to go back to what you were saying, I think the word on the street, as far as I remember it, was that they offered her to work some things out there in LA, but she was like, "That's not my style. I'm heavy metal."
I think it was Simon Cowell. I don't know if it was Simon Cowell. I don't know who it was. Somewhere out there in LA, offered her a big contract, dude, record label, everything, but it was like more like pop.
Right.
She was so strict to her grounds, dude. She said, "I don't want it."
Yeah, that's cool, man. I can definitely respect that.
She came back home. And when she came back home, that's literally, we went to that show. One of the first shows at Papa Woody's. And it was, the show, we talked after the show, and we were like, what's up, whatever. And we know, let's make a band, whatever. So, at the time, actually, my brother was the one that ended up joining first, because Jessica was the bass player of her band, and the singer. Yeah. So, my brother joined the band first as the guitarist. And it was about a month that they were playing with the band. Well, Jessica was like my brother talking with the band. She was like, man, it would be awesome if your brother played with us. So I'm going to stop playing bass. He's going to play bass. I'm just going to be a singer. So she literally changed up, she changed up the whole entire band and stopped playing bass. Just so I could join the band. And so I joined the band, brought my bass playing in, and this was back in 2012. Actually, it was like 2012 when I was graduating. Around 2012 till now, and that's how Jessikill got started. Actually, it was called Jessikill the Dead. That's what
right. I remember that.
But I came in and I was like, all right, I do marketing, I do branding, I do all this stuff, and I'm going to bring in a big part. First thing I'm going to say is we're not going to be Jessikill the Dead. If you really want to be successful, let's do it. I'm going to bring in my part, you bring in the music, we're going to work together. We're just going to be Jessikill, and that's who we are. So that's what it was from there. We changed, and Jessica's very open, dude. Very cool. Very the most understanding person. Still is. So we were just Jessikill. Just straight up Jessikill. I went and made the logo. I went and designed all that. Got our website going. All that cool stuff. And the same logo that you see is the same one from the original logo. And that's how we started, dude. Yeah. My brother was in the band actually too, to start off with. And we made a few music videos. You might find some on Google. We've taken off a lot, but you can still look on Google.
Yeah, I see some of those, man. You guys did good.
There's some you'll find some weird stuff every now and then.
That's cool.
Stuff.
You guys actually played with us, with Age of Reason.
Yes. That was a really good show.
It was a great show, man. I had a lot of fun.
I remember I got drunk that night, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I had a good time. That's when I know I have a good time.
Yeah, it was good sound, dude. Mm-hmm. Very good sound, and they did great, and the place was packed, so that's always fun when it's always packed.
How was it for you performing and not doing sound?
Actually, I always performed first. I didn't do sound until later on, because I would always just kind of go watch bands and complain a little bit in my head about the sound, like, oh man, the singer, I can't hear the singer, or the snare.
Yeah, and then you go tell the sound guy and he gets offended.
Well, of course. Like, dude, yeah, exactly. It's
like any smart person, I always say this, any smart person just takes advice. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Take it, dude.
That's a greater way of looking at things, because I always thought, hey, if people pay advisors, then why not take advice when it's for free, if it helps you? Exactly. If it doesn't help you, then you can always just say no.
One thing that I've always said to myself, I love criticism. And that's because I've always learned from criticism. I love when people hate. I love when people criticize because I'm wondering, all right, what is it that you see that I could make better? Like, because I know I'm not perfect, but everyone always wonders, am I perfect? Am I not? What do people think of you? What do people see you as? And that's when, like, if you have haters, they're telling you the straight up truth of what they think about you. So it's always like, why do you hate me?
Right.
Why? I really want to know. What is it that I'm doing that makes you hate me? And there's never an answer. One thing I've known, especially Jessikill, dude, we're one of the most hated bands in the city. And that is a big thing. Dude, we've had
What do you think that is?
Well, it all started with the death metal guys. The you know those logos that look like tree branches?
Mm-hmm.
They hate us.
Hmm.
Because we're posers.
I
We don't play true metal.
That's a great way of putting it because I can never understand what the hell the band name is.
I hate it.
You know?
I hate it. I mean, I can never listen to that music and feel comfortable. Like, it just gives off so many bad vibes.
Yeah, it's just not my style. You know, they do their thing, but it's just definitely not something I like myself. Not my style.
Well, they made that group, and all their friends, they started going on Facebook and posting all this stuff, memes about mainly Jessica. And they're just saying, because at that time, Jessica...
Oh, they went that far?
Yeah, of course. Like, Jessica, we started traveling. We started doing everything. Jessica was working out. She was literally working out. She had a whole, like, going to the gym every single freaking day. Like, just so, like, we're all working towards. We want to make a good band. We want to look good. We want to be a good band.
Perform good.
And one thing Jessica does is she just works her ass off no matter what. No matter what it is, like, she's going to get it done. She got it done, whatever.
She's got passion. Yeah, she works.
Yeah, well, people were talking crap on the internet, this whole group. They made a whole... And they make memes. That's what they're known for, making memes. You know, that's better. And eventually, it just got where they're just talking crap, dude, talking crap. Now, anytime that Jessica posts something, it's always the same people that just post about us. Like, oh... Like, for instance, randomly, right now we're in quarantine. No one's even thinking about shows. No one's even touring, nothing. And I randomly got a notification on my phone of saying that, oh, someone tagged a Jessikill flyer. I was like, what the fuck? I go and open it, and it was our tour flyer. It was our tour flyer, and some guy had tagged it. And I was like, what the hell? So I go and read it. And it was some guy, which was part of that death metal group, posting just a random day, just talking crap about us. Just like, about our tour flyer. And it was like, oh, it's a world tour, and why do they lie, and this and that. And it was when we went on tour. We went to LA, we went to Phoenix, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, Reno, all through Texas, Houston, San Antonio. We went, it was a big tour, a West Coast tour. And our album that we were doing on the tour was called Another World. So the actual tour poster said Another World Tour. It was our album, Another World. Well, they are trying to, you know how, just like the media kind of does it.
Oh, I see. They took it out of context.
They took it out of context, and they're like, oh, they think they're going on a world tour, but they're only doing West Coast. It's like, the album's called Another World.
Right.
So, but they're just trying to post stuff to get their likes,
right? Post
their memes, but
well, it's just not the way to do it.
Exactly.
What are you doing yourself that you can post about that would help you instead of having to talk shit about somebody else?
And I love haters. You know you're doing something right if you have haters.
Well, I've heard that, and I think there's definitely some truth to that. But to your point earlier, that it's important to listen to your critics is really a good sign of the person that has enough confidence to expose yourself out there and put yourself out there, and then they do help you get better, because some of the things they may, it kind of sucks that the times when it's truth kind of hurts a little more, but exactly. But then you're right, I guess that part, it's not as good. I can change that, and it does give you a different perspective that you wouldn't get otherwise.
I mean, I love seeing that. I love seeing other perspectives of people,
right?
Because I love all my friends, fans, people that, say they look up to me, people that, look up to, I love it, and I'm a big lover. And that's the thing, when someone hates me, it's like, why?
Yeah, it's like they say, it's like, hurt why? People hurt.
I'm one of those that it doesn't bother me, but I'm a very curious person. I'm very observant. To me, I'm like, okay, why don't you like it? What am I doing that makes it? And usually, there's no reason behind it. And There's the only thing behind it is jokes.
Right.
Like trying to be funny.
Right, exactly.
I get it. Like that's how it is nowadays. Everyone just wants to be funny. I get it. It's online. Everyone now has the balls to just say stuff online and whatever. I get it. But it just gets annoying to the point, like I said with that flyer thing, I was like, you know what? I haven't performed all year. No one in the band's performed all year. We're not even thinking right now of, not even honestly, like the last thing on our mind right now is the band. Because nothing's happening right now.
Right.
But then these people, the haters,
they're still active
still
out there.
thinking of us to where they're posting our tour posters. Like, wait.
You know what I would do?
I'd have forgot about that was last year.
I know, right? Wow. You know what I would do? I would just burn a lot of sage, man, and just print a picture out of them, and just burn it. And
well, the good thing with me is
just let it go.
I'm really good at being very protective of myself, very powerful, just even not without sage. Like, that's the thing. No matter how many haters there are, no matter how many people talk crap, I will never be affected.
Good, man.
You'll never see me be affected. That's why right here, like I said, I'm talking with you here. Like, this is what I manifest. Like, nothing like that could affect me. But I still am curious about it.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. I mean, one thing I definitely liked about you since I met you, and then the more I learned about you, was that there's something that sparked that curiosity and that means of achieving more, you know, because you do more than music. You do other things too. You know, you're talented in graphics and in the arts in general. You know, of course, music leads to that at some point. But then you're also doing business, and you've been doing well with that. So to build businesses, it takes discipline and of course hard work and dedication, and you got to focus and do all these things. So it's not like you're just a typical rocker that just parties all day and that's it. That's all you do. You know, how did you get? What do you think sparked that? Was it your parents? The way the household was, or you just kind of did it on your own? How did that come about?
This might sound weird, but as a kid, my brother could vouch for that. I was obsessed with three things. The number one thing I was obsessed with was Green Day. Big obsession with Green Day as a kid. Still to this day. I actually had tickets to see Green Day this year, but coronavirus made it next year. Second thing that I loved, which means I had it all over my walls. You know, typical teenager, what they have all over their walls. The second thing I loved was America. The American flag. I had some weird obsession with the American flag in America. I was so proud of the country. Like, I had American flags everywhere. Super.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super Republican, honestly. I'm super Republican. I love my country. So that was the second thing I loved. Third thing, and also my dad was in the military also. So that's another thing. Which also, my dad is in the Cher music video, by the way.
He's in the what?
The Cher music, Turn Back Time.
Uh-huh.
My dad is in that music video.
Really?
Yes. And my dad, you know, I'm a short guy. My dad is also the same height as me. So the one thing that short guys have advantage of is you're always going to be in the front, so you can be seen.
That's it.
So in the
If
music
you're not
video,
in the front
it's
row,
the one with the sailors, all the sailors going crazy with Cher singing on the ship.
Should we look it up?
Look it up, bro.
Yeah, let's see.
Just look up Turn Back Time, and you'll see my dad. My dad's throwing a hat like this.
Let's find it.
And he's going, hoo, hoo, because Cher is wearing like a bikini or something.
This is going to be cool. Let's see.
If I can turn back time.
All right, official video.
Meter.
I don't know how much of this we can actually play, but where is the part?
It's the very intro.
Oh, the very intro.
Very intro.
Here we go.
I'm going to point him out, watch.
So this one probably, right? The official video right there. If I could turn back time, there it is.
Yeah. That's my dad right there with the glasses.
Yes!
See how short he is? Does he look like me?
Oh, wait, we got to...
My dad used to wear those big glasses.
Yeah. They were,
short guy right
in
here.
the 70s, they were the shit, right?
Yes,
there
that's
he is.
my dad. Right there, that's my dad. Right there.
Oh!
Does he see my face there? Do you see my face? That's my dad.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my dad.
Fuck yeah.
And he even said that he ate pizza with Cher.
That's cool.
He ate pizza with Cher.
That's really cool.
That's a cool story there. But yeah, that's my dad right there. And we always laugh at him because he's like this in the front.
Yeah, yeah. That was like the thing to do, huh?
But yeah, so, what was I talking about again?
Your dad, man. Was on the show.
Oh, yeah. So, he was on Cher. I honestly forgot.
Uh-oh. You gotta slow down there, man.
Yeah, hey.
No.
I'm getting, what do they call it? Carbon fever.
Cabin fever.
Yeah, cabin fever.
Cabin fever. How has the fucking pandemic affected you, man? What's going on, dude? I mean, in your mind, what has happened? Has anything changed? That you're still the same person or not? What's going on?
This might sound greedy, but the pandemic has been so positive to me. I've accomplished so much during this pandemic. I've literally done things I've never have done before 'cause I have time now. I've literally even.
So you were forced to hunker down. You had to work on things and
learning new things, doing new things. Even playing the stock market, dude. Now I've been going in crazy.
Oh yeah.
Tesla.
Well, it's been riding up, right?
Tesla.
It's about to split. I hear, or did it already split?
I caught Tesla 3 times going up from 1,500 to 1,700, and then I caught them from 1,800 to 2K. And now I just caught it from 2K to today. They went up to almost 2,200. But I'm sure it's at 2,200 right now. Elon Musk is someone you don't want to mess with, bro. And that's one thing I learned. And the one guy I look up to is Elon Musk. Because exactly that's why I play the stock. I'm getting a Tesla soon. Elon Musk is someone that I look up to the guy, dude. Great guy. Smart. And I really think he's an alien. And I really think I think Elon Musk is from the future and eventually brought us to a different planet, which is Mars, which is why he has a weird name, Elon. And I think he's from a different planet who came from the future, and that's why he's so successful at everything, but he looks like the most chillest guy because he's smarter than anyone here. He's an alien.
I mean, I got to stop you right there because it's obviously a radical theory, but I want to keep hearing about it. Absolutely, dude. This is totally took me by surprise.
Sorry, I just went way outside.
No, I love it, man. I love it. I want to definitely address that because if there's something about Elon Musk is that obviously everything you said, plus he is a little different, right? He acts a little different.
Yes.
He's slow.
You know what?
In the sense that he speaks slow, but yet he's accomplished so much. So obviously.
Yes, just like the guy from Facebook. What's his name?
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg, dude. He's an alien.
Really?
Yes,
I haven't
I was
looked
going
into
to
it
have
like
a picture on my phone of him. I use a picture that I show people in stock tweets with.
Is there something you can see in their face that lets you know that, or is it just the behavior?
Their eyeballs.
So kind of like the reptile shape-shifting.
Reptilian eyeballs, yeah.
Yeah.
They have the shapeshifter eyeballs where you could. Anyone here could. I mean, most people that are, I guess, not woke, but most people that are open-minded could read another human. You know how you feel about someone when you just look at them the first time. You look them in the eyes, you know exactly the feeling you get from it. Are they a good person? A bad person? Or you just don't know. It's called your gut feeling. You just feel a gut feeling about someone. And that's basically, are they good or bad? The same thing with, oh God, I lost my track of what I was talking about.
So you're saying that you basically can tell yourself when you meet someone if they're
yes.
friendly or not.
You could meet someone, you could know how someone is when you first meet them. Just basically how they act, how they are. And it's the same exact thing with like Elon. When he speaks, something is not right. Something is off. Like something is same thing with the guy from Facebook. They have no soul when you look in their eyes. You don't feel the soul. You don't feel the human connection.
They kind of feel artificial.
The connection between humans. You don't feel that. You're just something's off. Which is why they even say like with Mark Zuckerberg, like you look at him and he just looks like pale.
He's just looking through you, kind
Making
of thing.
barbecue is like, yeah, scary. So something about them just makes you feel like something is off. And
Yeah.
How
That's
is
interesting.
Elon Musk so powerful? How does he? I love the guy because every single time, same thing with Tesla. What he does is a trick. Well, here's one thing Elon does with his stock. He's so much in control of his stock. What he does is he hates bears. He hates shorts. He hates people who bet against Tesla. So what he does is he screws them over.
So what does that mean, like in practical terms? To people that don't understand what that means.
A short is someone who's betting against Tesla. Someone who says, I think Tesla's going to go down, their stock, because they suck as a company.
And how do they make money on that?
You could bet on the stock market that a stock's going to go down. And you make lots of money if it goes down, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also bet that it's going to go up. It's called a call with options or regular stock. Well, Elon hates shorts. He hates people who short the stock, which basically means you think it's going to go down. People who are against Tesla, they're betting against the company.
So by principle, he's like, he doesn't like him.
He doesn't hate him. He makes jokes about him. He's a big symbolism guy. So what he did was he released a new line of clothes on his merch store, and he released a red pair of shorts. And they're shorts. They're for girls. Shorts. And a red pair of shorts. That was his symbolism that he was going to short the shorts. That for the shorts to be careful. And another thing that he did was, sometime in May, Elon had said, the stock is too high. And no one knew what it meant, but it made the stock go higher. Well,
how did he do that?
Anytime that Elon tweets, his stock goes up. If it's something successful, just his tweets can make his stock go up. It's crazy. Well,
it's just the sentiment of the market thinking like he's about to do something.
Exactly. And he said the stock is too high. He said the stock is too high, so people bought in thinking something's going to happen. Well,
so a lot of people went to making bets.
Yeah, nothing really happened.
But nothing really happened because he was just
Look at this.
making it up.
Like I said, I've been betting on Tesla recently. Last week, I was in Tesla. Dude, I made like $2,000 in less than an hour. And that's because they announced, basically all day, Tesla was bleeding red. It was going downer and downer and downer. And people started selling and getting scared. They didn't believe in Tesla. They were selling their stock. Me, I'm really strong with my stock. I believe in Tesla. I believe on Elon. I know Elon's a crazy guy. I believe in him. So I stayed in. I watched my account go down. Ding, 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 ding.
But you held on.
I held on all day. So that means people that are against Tesla are like, hell yeah, they're having a rally. They're like, well, I told you guys, we told you this is a big bubble. Big bubble. So they were buying puts, which means that they think the stock's going to go down. They were putting all their thousands of dollars saying this stock's going to tank tomorrow and we're going to be rich. So they bought in all day. Well, the market closed, which means you can't trade after that. Well, after the market closed, Elon went and announced a freaking stock split, which means that the stock basically cost right now, at that time was $1,500, which means that it's going to split by 5, which means that the stock's only going to cost, like $150 to $500, whatever it ends on, divided by 5. So it becomes more affordable for regular people
to get a single share.
Because some people can afford $2,000 right now. And right now, when it splits, it's $2,000 divided by 5. So it'll be $400 for a share when it splits, just like Apple's doing a split too.
Right. So what are people supposed to do now with that?
Well, because Elon said that the split was happening, it shot up over $200. Dude, I made like $2,000 in less than an hour. I sold. I was at Nietzsche's and I sold. And I made that money because Elon said that.
You just caught it on the way back up?
Yeah, all the people that bought all those puts and all that were stuck with their puts because Elon waited for the market to close so they'd be stuck with it. And then he announced the good news, and then the stock shot up. And they lost all
when
the
it
money.
started the next day,
all the money was
the
gone.
value was already too high.
All the money from the puts is gone. So Elon he hates shorts, and he does tricks like that, which he did yesterday. Just like I knew he was.
Wow, so you have to keep up with what he's doing.
Exactly.
So he's leaving trail.
When you see Tesla going down, that means it's going to go up soon. Because it's just a trick Elon does. Basically what you do, you're shaking out all the weak, they call it shaking out the weak hands. People who don't believe in Tesla are going to get scared and sell and lose. But the people who believe and stay get the rewards the next day, the next morning.
Right.
And Elon waits for the market to close, so people are stuck that bet against it. They bet thousands of dollars against it. When they wake up the next morning, their money's gone.
So it just expires.
It's gone. Zero. So that's another cool thing that Elon
it's a true
does.
Bet.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's why Elon he's crazy. He controls it, and he's just, like I said, I think it's from the future.
That's really interesting, dude. Holy moly, dude. I think that would be a do you have any proof of this, or is that just a feeling you get?
There's some memes, but I don't have full proof that he's an alien.
Are you actively looking for proof, or just you just kind of it just resonates with you? You're like, yeah, you believe it is true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe it's true, and that's just where it's going to resonate, because he's going to be the first man. And I put it right here. Elon Musk is going to be the first man that takes us to Mars and makes commercial flights to space for the regular human, just like flying to Rhode Island. And Elon Musk is going to be the first one to invent flying cars. So if you want to become one of the richest people, it's like being in Apple back in the 80s. Same thing with being in Tesla right now after the split.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want,
you heard it here first. True talk about if you want to make some money,
you get in Tesla.
You're saying that.
And that's why I'm a big Tesla fanboy. Mainly because Elon Musk, crazy guy. But just also, like I said, there's an example, also Apple.
Well, there's no doubt he's got amazing plans, and his Neuralink is getting more attention here lately.
He announced that yesterday, and I was also in the stock. It was at $2,000. Today it went up to $2,200. Just because that Neuralink and Jefferson's announced they were against Tesla. They said Tesla's only worth $1,200. They announced today, they said Tesla is now worth $2,500. And because they said that, it actually went up, and now it's at $2,200. So by Friday, it's going to be $2,500. $2,500 divided by 500, or $2,500 divided by 5, which is the stock split, is a $500 stock, which is even. Everyone is also waiting right now for Tesla to join the S&P 500. Elon Musk tweeted on Twitter a snake and a saxophone. In there is a Persian snake and a saxophone, S&P. So he gives little hints to get ready, because S&P 500 inclusion is going to happen anytime within this next week, or within 2 weeks. S&P 500, I give it right here. Tesla's going to get in the S&P 500 within the next 2 weeks, and it's going to be a big announcement, and the stock's going to go crazy. And that's why Elon Musk is a crazy symbolism guy.
Wow. So
if this comes true, I'm a guru.
Yeah, there you go.
If it doesn't come true, then I'm a loser, a failure.
No, it's just, you called it, it didn't happen.
I didn't call it, didn't happen.
You just bury it in the past.
Well, you know what happened to my account when that happens.
Well, I mean, at least you have a theory behind it. There's some reasoning that you already thought about, and there's more to it. And he's obviously got a lot of plans.
I go really deep when I invest, dude. I don't just go by the numbers of the business. No, I go reading, like I said, how Elon is acting, the stuff he says, the symbolism.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And even when he said the stock is too high and nothing happened, well, the actual date and time, look it up. You can look it up on Twitter. Elon Musk. Look up Elon Musk on Twitter. He said the stock is too high. And if you look at the date and time that it was posted, it was recently when he announced the stock split.
All right, let's see.
He uses symbolism.
So, Twitter.
I forgot to connect it.
All right.
Type in Macaulay Culkin. Oh no, not Macaulay Culkin. What was it?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah.
What part?
Put on stock too high. Let's see, keep going.
Let's go to his feed.
It'll be a while back.
Oh, yeah.
But it said stock too high, IMO. Stock too high in my IMO. Try that.
like that, right?
Elon, yeah. There it is.
May
Click,
1st.
click on it. See, Tesla stock is too high, IMO. And he posted it on May 1st, 2020 at 10:11 p.m.
AM.
Oh yeah, 10:11 a.m. So somewhere they posted it, it's probably different now, where they said that in here he put, the date that it was like, it was July actually that he announced it. So you know what? I'm looking on here, and the date is actually not even the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably was a hoax from Stock Twits.
I see.
Oh, it was May 1st.
May 1st. Right.
No.
2020.
Oh, okay. No. 5-1 stock split. So that means the stock split's
May
going to be
1st.
5-1. He just reminded me right now. Thank you.
5-1.
5-1 stock split.
Mm-hmm.
So Tesla's going to be a 5-1 stock split.
Right, split into fifths, basically.
5-1, May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the time, it was actually the actual date. So 5-1 stock split, May 1st.
That's when it was going to happen, or it didn't happen?
Well, they said he posted on May 1st for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was going to be a 5-1 stock split.
I see what you mean. Symbolically,
basically,
the month.
Putting this at this time, Tesla stock too high. When a stock is too high,
it means you should sell it.
It means, well, when it says the stock is too high, that means that they need to do a split to make it more affordable for other people.
I see.
Like right now, it's at $2,000.
Oh, I see.
That's not affordable to the average man. So a stock split basically splits it in 5. So if it's 2,000 divided by 5, the stock now is like $400, which makes it affordable to the average man. So they say that he did that May 1st, 2020, which is the 5-1 split.
Great.
And they're saying he does symbolism like that.
Yeah, there you go. That seems definitely plausible, man. There you go. Shit, true talk.
He's a crazy guy.
Right on. Very cool, man. So, incredible.
True talk.
True talk, man.
True talk.
Elon Musk, you might be an alien out there. We don't know.
Yeah, I wonder, but it is what it is. I'm just investing in this stock, and that's it.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. Very nice, man. So what else is going on, man? How's your home life?
Well,
how does your home life work, man? You seem
I
to
got
be
back from Vegas.
all over the place. Yeah?
It was fun.
Yeah? What do you do in Vegas when you go to Vegas?
I play craps.
Craps?
I blacked out, bro.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No.
True story. He could tell you. I got blacked out. But I did really good. I had some people watching over me too. And I got really drunk. Apparently where there was like security around the table watching, to where my parents had to put me off the table.
Why, you were raking in the cash, or you were too drunk?
I was breaking in the cash.
Uh-oh. Do you have a method? No.
I'm a really lucky spinner. Not spinner, roller.
Yeah.
My number's hard 4. I literally within one roll, I was getting like 6 4s. Like that's how many times I would roll it. So they were getting suspicious that I was like a cheater, a cheater or something.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, so.
Yeah, they thought I was like cheating or something because I was controlling my rolls, like getting the best rolls to where there's people around the table going crazy. I was blacked out at the time, dude. I was drinking Crown Royals all day, and they're free there right now. Like you just gotta tip the waitress. You just tip them with the $1 chips that you get from playing. So I was tipping, getting drunk on Crown Royals. I blacked out. I didn't even know.
Oh wow!
And apparently, after I blacked out, it was like one of those movies. So I just started hitting, and I started making people thousands of dollars. There was big rollers on the table that when it started betting on me because they knew I was a good roller. And I was making them thousands of dollars, and they started getting suspicious of me. So the security started huddling around me.
Of course, they're going to come around.
They started huddling around me.
Hey, Mr. Knight.
And they saw me. My parents saw me and put me off the table. They just pulled me like, let's get out of here before things get worse. So they saw that at a time I had started losing money from as much as I made. Like they said I was making like at one hit I made like how much was it? It was a lot. It was like $600 or something.
Yeah,
in one roll. So I'd done that, and then once after that, I started losing it.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents had saw that I started losing, so they're like, just go, let's get off. They're smart to pull. I was blacked out, dude. I don't even remember that. I woke up,
Yeah.
and I was like, what happened last night? And I went and looked in the dresser on the left, and I saw some money there, and I counted. I was like, $11. Did I lose all my money last night? Because I knew I had like a few thousand in my pocket. I was like, did I lose all my money last night?
Oh, no.
I was like, damn, that sucks. So then I woke up. I was like, where's all my money? Did I lose it? They're like, no, check the floor. So I look on the floor, and there's all this freaking money on the floor. So I go and pick it up. I'm like, holy, all these hundreds. I was like, oh my God, what happened last night? They're like, oh, him. He was like, you were killing it last night. He was like, you were killing it.
How much did you make at the end of the night?
Like a K, 2K.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. You almost didn't even know what you were doing, but you were doing it.
Yeah. Well, I had been to Vegas before, and I'm really good at craps.
Yeah.
But I haven't blacked out before. And I blacked out. My parents were with us.
Oh.
So I blacked out. And
Were they mad at you?
no, they saved me from the table from losing money.
Eee.
Because they also gamble. They're gamblers.
Yeah.
So they were there, and they know me and my brother both blacked out.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
You guys go hard.
Yeah.
You
Can
must...
I take 5 to take a quick piss?
Yeah, man. Let's take a little break.
Yeah. Quick break. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a break, and we'll
Yeah.
just shut it down for a second. We'll be back.
All right, bro. So let's get to the business part and the probably what the reason why a lot of people came to here. The good stuff.
Well, I think that you're a multifaceted kind of guy, man. I like that. You know, that's kind of the way I am too. You like to do music, you like to do business, you like to do other things. You know, you think outside of the box and you work on things. And sometimes, you know, when you get in the rock and roll business, it's sometimes a little too much partying. But you managed to actually get businesses off the ground, and you've sold a clothing line and sourcing different products from different people from all over the world.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, teaching people how to do it in the process. So that takes a lot of dedication and discipline and getting it down. And because you did these trainings yourself, you know, you have to get on the computer and record everything you're saying about what you're teaching. And obviously, you know your stuff. So that's great, man. So tell us about that. How did that become, you know, how do you stay on track?
Well, I'm not like most people who are successful, you know, they have their ways. You know, they wake up every morning at 5 a.m. They work out. They do their thing. They eat their nutritional meal. You know, I'm a little different. You know, I wake up. If I'm feeling good that day, I might sleep in. I might stay awake. Who knows? But usually when I do wake up, when I'm feeling motivational, I get right to work. And one weird thing about me is I love to work when I'm feeling that I need to work. You know, when I'm not feeling it, I don't do work because I know it's going to be less than I should be doing. And one thing I always know to do is follow my instincts. And a lot of people might sound crazy. Like, man, that guy, what the hell, whatever. To me, it's I make the best work when I'm feeling in the zone, when I know that I'm need to create and I need to do something.
How do you get in the zone? What do? Do you have a ritual, or is that just something that just kind of happens?
It's just something that type of happens. It just happens. You know, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I have amazing ideas, and I make them happen. I have dreams of ideas, and I make them happen. It's something that just occurs. You know, I also set goals. All right, I want to get this done. I want to get this done. I want to do a clothing line. I want to get retail done. I want to go retail. I want to do Target.
So when you do all that, how do you make it? What is that process? Do you write it down? Do you write yourself notes?
Yeah.
Is it all in
I
a
have
notebook?
an app in my phone. It's the Apple Reminders app, and I put goals in there of things I need to get done.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those guys or one of those people that if something has to be done, like if there's something there, it has to be taken off. For instance, even this podcast right here, I put on my phone, podcast 7 p.m.
So you have a calendar, and you go by it.
Right when I got here, I knock it out. And it makes me have this weird OCD feeling of hell yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, yeah.
accomplish something.
So it's the accomplishment, the small accomplishment of getting something done that
Yes,
you know you're working on things.
yes. One thing I love to do is like before I went to Vegas last week, I made sure that I had nothing on my list. I had to make sure I had everything done before I even got on the
So
plane.
you get a reward after you get that done.
Because I went to party. That's it. I was being risque. I just wanted to party. That's it. I didn't want to think.
And blackout.
Yes, I didn't want to. I don't want to think of everything back at home. All the
Yeah,
business and all that. So I made sure everything was done, so my inner self wouldn't have that feeling behind me. Like, man, you should have got that done before coming over here.
I see.
You need to not be partying right now, Mister.
So
But
you got that voice inside your head that
yeah,
you defer to.
I made sure that everything was done.
Yeah.
And that's why I felt way better over there. Everything was completed. Everything was done. I had a good time.
So what you do is you basically set yourself up with
Goals.
goals that have rewards, and you reap the rewards.
Some of them aren't rewards. Some of them are like get an oil change. Basic
I mean, of
stuff.
course, we all have to do things to keep our lives together because that's just
what
the way
I
life
love
is.
to put this in there because I know I see it every single day, and that makes me want to get it done. And if it's empty, if I have nothing on my list, that means that I did everything right. I completed everything. I literally all the goals that I set for this week or whatever, I'm done. So you know what I could do now? I can chill. I could go and play some Fortnite all day.
There you
I
go.
could go and play some GTA.
So
And
you put in the work and then you get the time off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll take weekdays off. That's the thing. There's no work schedule for
Right.
someone just freelance. I literally took the last 2 days off. What are we? Wednesday? Purple? 9? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is anymore. Just
You just go
I'm
day
just
by
going
day
day by day, and I get work done.
with
I make
plans
things happen.
and stuff.
I automate things to where I don't have to touch them, because I love to. I love to travel. Like I said, I love to travel. I love to do things on my own. I love to play games. I love to chill. I love to be myself. I love to play with my band. I love to tour. But I also love to work. But I don't love to work hard.
Right.
And that's the thing. I work
You get
smart.
efficient with your workflow.
I work smart. That's the thing. That's a big difference between me and a lot of people. A lot of people work hard. I work smart. And a lot of people say, man, even on TikTok, man, you pay your virtual assistants $3 to $5 an hour. Yeah. That's because they ask for that for one. But I get people from, Pakistan, Malaysia. And they don't have lots of jobs over there. But there's lots of people over there with lots of talent. So I get them to, did you hear that? That was a shake in my beer. And anyways, I hire people with lots of talent over there. There's not many jobs. I give them jobs, hire them, and I have them just do basic stuff for me. Customer service, order processing, Amazon, adding products,
Yeah.
I have them do the basic stuff for me, and I pay them, to do that. They make a good 100 to 150K a year. They have hundreds of clients they work for.
Right.
These are these VAs.
Yeah, there's these websites where you can contract to have people from overseas do work for you and all kinds of different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They do everything for you, and you could do whatever you want. And they're cheap. All the work they do turns into profit. All that profit pays for the VA. So they're basically paying themselves, but also doing work, and you're also giving a good, service to them too, giving them work.
Sure.
And they love giving more hours. They
Yeah.
love working,
And somebody that didn't know anything about this, how would they get started? What would they do? I mean,
I use Upwork.com. If you want a VA, just go to Upwork.com.
yeah.
Upwork.com.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely. Very cool. Very cool. Man, well, cheers, brother. So glad we're having a talk here. It's gonna be the first
and
first
it's
show
crazy
ever.
too because recently I know you just got your store started with these wraps, and you also got an e-commerce, which is something we haven't even talked about.
Yeah.
Like you also now even got your foot into the door to doing e-commerce.
I just know that it's a winner over time. It's a long play for me, and
It is, and that's one thing I'm also big about: the future investments.
right.
Working on something and scaling it.
It's something that can be said and forgotten because I mean I really it's just about a matter of advertising for it, and
You let it run.
when I turn it on, I get sales, and just keep that momentum going.
Exactly.
And then find different products out there that you can push that are good quality.
I mean, it's so much to grow off of. Also, you can grow off of there. You don't
Yeah.
just have to start with just one small thing and stick with it. Once you learn from there, it's also, okay, I now have this data and I could launch this product. Or I now do this. I could do this thing. You could also start launching to doing different products or stick with the same thing. But if you stick with the same thing, you're going to find yourself, selling products is a big roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to always have up days. Sometimes you're going to have down days. Sometimes, you're going to have down days that you're not getting sales. And that's the thing with ads. It's an algorithm. Sometimes you're going to have down days and you have up days, just like a stock. And that's what a lot of people, they jump into this thinking that it's always going to be up, 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 money, 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 money. It's not always like that. And once reality sets in, a lot of people just jump ship. And that's why a lot of successful e-commerce people are successful, because they fail too. They've experienced the down days, and they learned how to never have another down day again. And that's what, like with me, whenever I launch a store, whenever I do something, I know it's like a strategy. It's going to work. It's worked before, it'll work again. And you just do a specific strategy.
So it just takes time
to
develop your own strategy.
It takes time. You get a strategy going. Everyone's different also. Everyone has their own strategy. Yeah. You build it. Once you build that strategy, it's just replicating it over and over and over again with something else, different stuff.
Sure.
And when you replicate it, that's when you start scaling to bigger heights. Say you're making 6 figs. All right, I want to make multiple of this. All right, just make another store.
Somebody that's working a 9 to 5, what do you recommend? What would you say to somebody like that? It says, hey, listen, I'm just trying to get out of this job, but what do I need to do to get ready for that? Besides choosing to do e-commerce.
If you're working a 9 to 5, you want to get out. Number one thing, keep your 9 to 5. Keep making your money. But on the side, you want to work on something like a side hustle.
So what does that mean? That they can't watch a lot of TV anymore?
You can watch TV. That's the thing. A lot of people think when you become an entrepreneur or a business or a freelancer, a business person, that you have to work out every day. You have to follow the instructions. You don't. That's the thing. The only thing you have to do is focus on whatever you're trying to get done. That's all it. You don't have to wake up every morning and work out. You don't have to work, you don't have to go to seminars and meetings and make sure you're the most perfect person. You don't have to get a degree. None of that matters. As long as you have some sort of spark to do something, and if it's anything's an attainable goal, you have to start somewhere. As long as you just do it, you make it happen. And one thing a lot of people don't realize is a lot of thought goes into stuff you get, done. If you believe, and it sounds crazy, if you believe that something that you want is going to happen, I promise you it's going to happen. And that's one thing is energy, manifestations. It's true. It's very big. You make happen whatever you want to happen.
Yeah, I believe in that. Like your intention makes it so.
It's intention,
but you have
positivity.
To be with it.
When you fail, you're supposed to laugh at yourself. A lot of people, when they fail, they just want to jump ship and they get pissed off. And then they go on the next thing and keep
probably
failing.
Get embarrassed too.
Yeah, and they keep moving on. They keep failing and other stuff. And they try blaming other people, and they try going angry and, why is it working? Why is it not working? Why am I here? Why am I there? Or why blah, blah, blah. But then you don't realize, look at yourself. Okay? You have to change the energy you're giving out. Think positive. And I promise, things just instantly happen. In opportunity, education, or just straight up money.
So by being positive, what do you mean by that? Some people think they're positive.
Laugh at failure.
Laugh at failure?
Laugh at failure. Basically, when you fail, just laugh. It's funny.
And before that, I guess you got to try.
Try. That's all you got to do. Honestly, you just got to take risk. Take risk and reap the reward. And then laugh at failure. If you laugh at failure, then no matter what, you're going to succeed. 'Cause everyone's going to fail, but it's funny. To me, I think it's funny when I fail sometimes. It's like, wow, that actually really would happen. Like, what are the odds of that happening? Like, that is just so stupid. And I just laugh. But then something really good happens because I still stay positive.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing with anything you ever do. If you have a crappy mindset, you're going to have a crappy business, you're going to have a crappy life, you're going to have a crappy everything. And you're always going to blame everyone else for your crappy whatever it is. But if you just change instantly and just try to be positive, just try.
Taking accountability.
Taking accountability, just try to think a little different. Just try to switch up your mind a little bit. Then things start to change. And things start to get better once you start focusing and realizing well, maybe I can. Maybe I
So
am positive.
focus on what can happen, not on the bad things that can happen.
Instead of what can't, think of what can happen.
Right.
And you end up making it manifested into happening. You know, I am is a big word. I am. That's it.
So what about that voice in the back that tells you, dude, you can't do that? Oh, just wait. Or now's not the time. Or do you still have that voice in? Does it still sound like that? Or
last week, I went to this hotel room when I was leaving. I got in my car and I ran over that voice.
Damn.
They're gone.
On forensic files, though?
No, but that's literally...
It's important, too.
Here's the thing. Having voices in the back of your head is important. That means that you're sane. People always are going to... If you always feel happy, then you're crazy. If you always are happy, you are crazy. That means that you are keep faking your whole entire life. But people who see reality is crappy sometimes. So people who see reality have a more regular life because they see that happiness doesn't last forever, but they can also deal with not happiness. You have to be able to, once you deal with it, then it's just, all right, life is not going to be good all the time, and you got to take the L's, but once you take enough L's, you're going to get all the wins. You just got to stick around, just like a stock, just like anything. You know, you're going to fail. Everyone has to fail.
So don't bail out at the first obstacle.
Exactly. Don't get scared.
Stay with it.
Stay with it and just keep going.
It's going to be scary, but just keep pushing through.
Heck yeah, it's going to be scary. It's going to be really scary. And that's the thing. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to fail sometimes if you don't know what you're doing. But once you figure out why you're losing, like for instance, like when I lost a lot of money in the stock. A lot of money. Like I did some Wayfair. Another thing, when they had that child predator thing going on.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
I bet against Wayfair, and I said, their stock's going down.
Do you believe that thing was real?
I know that thing is real.
I tend to believe so, too, just because of some of the stuff that I've read on my own before.
With the Clintons.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff, man. And it's that easy that they could actually just fake it through. Like, actually have a site
that's how
where
powerful
you can just
quickly are.
Quickly and easy, and it's already there in the website.
It's so upfront now, and people do not care.
Yeah, well,
do not care.
Apparently there was some information out there that they put it out there on purpose so that the more they come out, the more they're able to do it. Obviously.
And people, even though it's right in front of their face.
Right. The more it's right in front of your face, the more you're desensitized to it. But the more it's there in front of you, and it becomes the norm.
And that's how it is now. Now the new norm is the way we are now. Like I said, masks, riots, the craziness it is. This is the new norm. And it's exactly right. And you just got to get used to it. And, you know, people thinking like, oh, like kids not going to school anymore right now. Like, this is the new norm. Online schooling. This is the new norm. But because it's reality right now, people don't actually see from an outside perspective. Of like, okay, yes, holy crap, this is a new norm. Like,
so what's going to happen with the children, dude, in their education? What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. I have no clue, dude. Because I'm used to just going to school.
It's given to you. It's easy.
You go, you learn. But now that it's online, I know when... It's just like, honestly, a lot of people say, when you do an online college, it's because you're just honestly lazy. Like, you just want to get the easy way. Which, I would do the same thing. I would take an online college just because I'm a little lazy and I just want to take it from home and not have to go to school. But it's the same exact way now, but except now this is demanded. You have to take it online through Zoom meetings and stuff. These kids are, I'm going to look into a little computer screen and learn from... Like, I've seen so many TikTok videos of people, like, kids, like, joking, like, not talking crap to other teachers on the Zoom meetings. And I'm like, shut the hell up.
Really?
And yeah.
Oh, my God.
And it's because they don't have their face on there. It's just the audio. And they're like, shut the hell up.
It's just like a game.
Yeah, and the teacher's like,
who said that?
Excuse me. You're going to see, who said that? Who said that?
Oh,
and you're going to see a voice, a little audio thing. Shut the hell up.
Oh, I see you now.
Yeah. So that's what's on there now. But I've been seeing that's what's happening with the online Zoom meetings now. It's the same exact thing. Like, you can't force these kids to learn through a Zoom meeting.
Right.
Like, it's just honestly weird.
It's not supposed to be.
It's not the same way. You just feel like you're watching a movie.
Well, I mean, what about the people who have no tech skills and they're having trouble? they're left behind because who's there to help them?
Yeah, true. Very true.
I mean, we have a pretty big population on the south side that I would think, not to be say
No,
anything, but
no,
it's
yeah.
true, you know?
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. It's just finding that opportunity and making something of it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times I say, a lot of people, I don't know, 'cause from where I'm from, things don't happen that way. Or that's not normal, I can't do that. It's like, I'm from the south side. I literally lived in Laredo for years, and I went to a Spanish school.
Yeah.
I literally lived in Corpus in a small house. I came back and I live now in San Antonio. I've lived on the south side my whole life. I just recently, this last year, moved out of the south side to the northwest side. I've lived on the south side my whole entire life.
What do you think people, regardless of the south side, east side, north side, obviously there's people that do it and there's people that don't do it. And a lot of people that say they want to do it, but then they don't end up doing anything business wise or a way to take more control and get out of the
There's
usual.
a lot of people that say, oh yes, I want to change my life. I want to get out of this. I want to do that.
Yeah,
And then
what do you think?
I give
people
them
are so.
opportunities sometimes,
Yeah.
and they just don't take it.
What do you think that is? What's happening with people?
This is my thing. I think people are comfortable where they are. And when someone's comfortable, why would you want to change that up? Why would you want to change that comfortability? Why would you want to go outside of that if you're already comfortable? So if you're comfortable and if you could keep that comfortability going till you die.
So then that sounds like the opposite would be not being comfortable. So what is that exactly?
Not being comfortable is wanting more. Wanting to get out of that lifestyle. Wanting more. Wanting to get the bigger, the richer lifestyle, the big baller lifestyle. That's out of the norm.
Yeah.
And usually people don't think that way. Especially, and it's weird, especially where I'm from, a lot of people don't think, oh, I could do that? And it's only because they don't try. Like, that's it. You just think you can't do it. But if you actually try to do it, you see how easy it was. And a lot of times people tell me, Mike, how do you, like, just like you said, a band, multiple businesses, teachings, running multiple things, having fulfillment centers to run, different stores to run, different clients to run, stock to run, my clients, graphic design clients, my web design clients, my Fiverr, so many things I do. How do I do it all? Honestly, all of it runs itself. Like, I just slowly check.
You obviously have to set it up in the beginning.
Yeah, I set it up and I just check on things.
But that's what it takes. So
and that's the thing. You think it's hard.
Right.
You think from the outside, it looks like, man, that's crazy. How does he do it all? How do I do it all? I just chill.
You just put time into it.
I just put some time into it, set it up, let it run.
Yeah.
And then I just throw some attention to it. It's not hard. And that's the thing. A lot of people think things are hard till they actually try to do it. And they figure out this is easy. Like, for instance, I've been working right now on getting some software built. I'm trying to get new apps made, a thing for Amazon where you're able to actually, if you're drop shipping through Amazon, products sometimes go out of stock. Mm-hmm. And if they go out of stock, you're going to get canceled orders, which means your Amazon account might get shut down. So one way to prevent that is so you could track 24/7 if retail product goes out of stock or if it's even in stock. So I'm right now working on a software that you're able to 24/7 monitor all the Amazon products that you drop ship. And through all other suppliers, Walmart, Home Depot, you name it. And if any of them go out of stock, instantly the software is going to go to Amazon and turn it to zero inventory available. Because if you make a sale and the inventory is out of stock, you have to cancel that order and your account could get disabled by Amazon. So this fixes the problem of that happening. So that's the software I'm working on now for also the students. I post videos on TikTok and I'm telling people wait because I'm making this software right now that will solve this big problem. So that's something I'm currently working on right now.
There you go, man. That's
so
great.
Something soon that's going to come out, but it solves problems. Like I said, it's about solving problems.
So that software, you'll sell it?
Yeah, I'll probably give it up for free at first for people to beta try it, and then start selling it. And I'm going to offer it because I've been doing so many referrals, so many commissions to other softwares. It's like, why not just get my own made? Why not get my own software made? Right. So I found some software designers, got everything started up, bam, got quoted, and now we're getting software built.
Very cool.
So now, once it's done, it's around 8 weeks. And once they're done, the developers are done, You know, there's business job managers in this. There's developers involved in this, project managers, different people to report to. It's a big thing, but these people are in different countries. And so once this software is done, I'm just gonna launch it. And then that's like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what this software is. I don't know how it's gonna come out. It's just I have to just take a step somewhere and just do it.
So you just put in money into it to get it right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money.
Well, yeah, exactly. You got to put in money to perfect what you're working on, especially when it's out of nowhere. It's just out of your brain.
And that's another thing. A lot of people want to get started in e-com. Not even e-com, any type of business. It takes money to make money. Not a lot of money, but it does take some money to get started making money. Not everything's going to come from scratch. For instance, you could start selling on Amazon or Shopify, but there's that monthly fee. There's that domain name fee. The small things like that. There's some stuff like that is kind of blown off sometimes, and stuff that you got to consider.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some fees, some extra stuff. But once, you start making profit, it pays for all of that stuff.
Very cool, man. Well, listen, man, we got one more beer to drink, huh?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All I know is Simple Simon met a pie man going to the fair.
What? What was that?
I don't even know. I have these random outbursts sometimes.
I know.
Oof.
2, 3, 1, 4, whichever it is, and we're back.
I'm ready.
All right, man. So we covered a lot of ground.
I mean, that's the basic business part.
Yeah.
It's not the boring part of my life, but it's a big part. I have different sides of stories.
Yeah.
The business part might sound boring to some people, but to some people, it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously, e-commerce is not for everybody, but if you're already kind of computer interested, you already they understand the concept of if you set up all these stores and then just drive traffic to these stores, and you understand how to make marketing for these stores to drive traffic to it, then it makes sense that you look into this some more and just make the jump. And
it's not something that anyone could do it. I mean, you just got to learn it.
You got to learn it,
and
right.
It's not something if you could open up a laptop and use it, you could do this.
Yeah.
I mean,
now is the best time, kids.
Especially right before Black Friday, right before all that. It's gonna be an amazing fourth quarter.
Yeah, I bet. Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this year's Black Friday also.
Cool.
Really looking forward to it.
Right on, dude. So I want you to tell me one crazy story. Not crazy, but just something maybe funny in your travels.
Man.
Something not crazy long, but just something that we can laugh at and just make it happen.
Travels. Oh my God. I want to say New Orleans.
I
have lots of stories from New Orleans. Great stories. So I've done also movie extras. I've been in Dazed and Confused 2.
Really?
Which is Richard Linklater, and it's called Come and Take It or Come Get It, something like that. And I also did a Motley Crue movie, The Dirt.
Nice.
Me and Marcel, actually.
Really?
We went out to New Orleans with Jessica and Gyro.
Wait, that's right. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Jessica and Gyro ended up not being in the movie. Me and Marcel ended up being in the movie. And this is because, here's the thing. We all went to wardrobe. And they were giving us our outfits to wear, messing with our hair, all that stuff.
Oh, shit. The royal treatment.
Yeah, well, kind of.
For the movies.
They don't care about the extras.
Well, of course not. It's just more like,
Gyro,
don't look bad.
Yeah, Gyro had sideburns all the way down to the side of his head.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. They said that's not what they had in the 80s. That's 70s. They didn't have sideburns that long in the 80s. So they said,
they didn't have chops.
Can we shave off your sideburn?
Ooh, he said no.
Well, he said, let me think about it. Well, of course, he was like, I don't know. And then Jess was like, hell no. You're going to let him shave your sideburns off? And he's like, you're right. I don't want to shave my sideburns just for this. They took me years to grow, 5 years. So he said, you know what? We're going to we're not gonna do this. We're sorry. We just don't want to shave the sideburns. Well, me and Marcel already dressed. Whenever we went, we did the scenes. We did the concert scene, Take Me to the Top, over like 20 times. It's in the Motley Crue movie.
Yeah.
But, not even that. There's also the main story, which I was getting to, which is I did a movie with Sandra Bullock. And I played a Bolivian. And this was in the 120-degree heat in New Orleans. And there was other people there. We partied in New Orleans. At that time, who's the producer? It was who? It was George Clooney. George Clooney was the director. George Clooney had a lot of money, so he provided to all the extras at the time hotels at the Radisson and a bonus. We each had like $800 each to spend in New Orleans.
Nice.
A bonus, but we were there for like a week filming. We would have to wake up every morning at 6 a.m. to go film. We wouldn't finish till like 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, it was just all day grueling.
10 p.m. at night, 7 p.m. Then we'll go and party at the Fremont Street.
Yeah.
No, not Fremont, sorry, the French Quarter in New Orleans. And basically what happened was one day it was really, really hot. Really, it was like 120 degrees outside. New Orleans hot heat. We're at the railroad, and we're filming a scene at the railroad where Sandra Bullock was walking down the railroad, and Billy Bob Thornton comes up to her, and they say something to each other. I don't even know what they said to each other. I couldn't hear what they were saying to each other. And so Sandra Bullock did one crazy thing about Sandra Bullock is she runs her own scenes. So instead of the director saying cut, action, Sandra Bullock is the one that calls her own cut and action. Sandra Bullock says action.
She just starts acting.
And then she stops.
She lets you know when she's done.
She calls her own things there. There's people who hold umbrellas, whatever. Well, we played Bolivians. We were the citizens of the city. And we were in sweaters, hot, like things. The women were in layers.
With the mud on the face.
Yes.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
We had signs. We were protesters.
Oh, I see.
And we had mud on our face. Exactly. There's the Bolivian. The women wore layers and layers of clothes. And
colorful, I bet.
Yeah, layers more than the men.
Wow.
Well, we were there doing one of the scenes. And me and brother one time we were cussing. We're like,
Salvanos, Salvanos.
They're like, F whatever, afuera. And then we were like, F them. And we got in trouble, whatever. Well, one girl, which is a Bolivian, she passes out because of the heat.
Yeah.
It goes, boom, like mummy style.
Oh, like what?
She falls to the floor. Like she's out. She had a heat stroke.
Oh my God.
So she had a heat stroke, and I was right next to her. We're both right next to her. We're like, whoa, what the heck? Well, craziest thing happens. Sandra Bullock comes walking up to us, close towards it. We're right next to her, like ladies on the floor. Sandra Bullock comes up to us. She's like, is she okay? And the lady comes, they always have their assistants with an umbrella over Sandra. So it's me, my brother, some other actors, and on the floor is the girl. And Sandra Bullock is right next to me. We could touch arms. That's how close we were. And we're looking down, and she was like, is she okay? Sandra Bullock is looking. I was tripping so hard because I feel like, I got a little zooted in New Orleans. And I was like, Sandra Bullock is right next to me talking. I felt like I was in a movie. And she was talking down. Is she okay? Well, while she was doing that, Billy Bob Thornton went back to his dressing room. He just disappeared. And, was it Dodgeball? What does Billy Bob Thornton has? Oh, Mr. Bad Santa. Bad Santa.
Oh, yeah, that movie.
Bad Santa. And so Billy Bob Thornton goes back to his room, and Sandra Bullock stays up there trying to help the girl, putting her water in her mouth, and we're just watching. Well, the directors come. They're like, all of y'all, get back, go. So we all slowly start walking back towards the railroad track. And we sit down. Right. I secretly pull my phone out, and I start recording. Beep, 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 beep. I was recording.
Well, you're recording.
I was recording Sandra Bullock basically helping the girl, giving her water. 6 feet from there, or 7 feet from there, was Billy Bob Thornton standing just with his hand in his pocket like this. He was just looking down, and he had his assistant with his umbrella over his head. So Billy Bob Thornton is just standing there staring down.
Man, he didn't do
like
anything.
This.
He was just looking down.
And Sandra Bullock is there helping the girl, and Billy Bob Thornton's there just looking from the side. So I went and I filmed the video. And then I went back to the hotels, whatever. I was like, man, this is the coolest footage ever. So at the time, I knew a guy from TMZ. So I emailed the guy from TMZ. I put my little copyright watermark on the video before.
Mm-hmm.
And I emailed the guy from TMZ and said, hey, bro, check out this video. I sent him the video. And it was a video of Sandra Bullock. Bam. And then Billy Bob Thornton like this.
They're just chilling, doing nothing.
And they respond. Oh, he says, can you call? Can you talk on the phone? I was like, well, I'm on the bus right now. We're going back to the hotel. I'll call you there. So I go back to the hotel and I call him. We're talking on the phone. And I said, I really want to be anonymous. He was like, we'll give you $400 for that footage. We'll give you $400 for that footage that you have right there, Sandra Bullock, whatever. I was like, I'll think about it. But he's like, all right, if you want to, you email it over to me. And we'll send a check over to you. I was like, okay, well, what about animosity? What is it called? We're just anonymous. I was like, how do you deal with that? And he was like, well,
anonymity,
decide,
you mean?
anonymity.
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 Yes.
Yeah. Well, I asked him about it. He was like, we'll just talk later about that. He's like, just let me know if you decide to go through with it. Cool. So I hung up, and me and my brother were in the hotel. Luxury hotel. We had food service.
Wow.
Remember, was it Hans? What was that guy?
Whole $400 coming.
Jeeves. We had a guy that brought us food up. His name was Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Yeah, old school guy. Like, he reminded me of old school, like, typical guy that brings the food. Old man, gray hair. Faces it down. Here's the food. Tip him. Anyways, well, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give the footage. So I sent it to him. And he said, all right, what's your address? I'm going to send a check. Right, let's do it. And we went through with it. They got my address, whatever, done. Next morning, I wake up, and this was a week of filming. Yeah, a week of filming that they had us there. George Clooney, I don't know. I wake up, scratch my eyes. I go on my Instagram. I follow TMZ at the time.
Yeah.
Facebook. And I'm going on Facebook, and I see my video on TMZ.
Wow.
And it said,
right away,
Sandra Bullock helps a lady who just passed out, but Billy Bob Thornton just watches as it happens.
Of course. I mean, that had to be the line.
So I saw it, wake up, I was like, bro, that's my video. Whatever, that's my video. I was in New Orleans still.
Wow. That's a crazy story.
Yeah. So this was before we went back to the filming spot. So we head back to the filming spot.
Oh.
On a bus.
Did they know?
In our outfits.
Did they know it was you?
Our uniforms. We're playing Bolivians. We got dressed up. We're on our way in the bus to the place where we're filming. This is in New Orleans. Middle of ghetto New Orleans, bro. Like the part where you get beat up. Like, that's where they're filming, because that's what the scenery was.
I see.
And so we were hanging out outside, whatever. We go back, whatever. The directors get together. The top producers get together. And then the extra people, the casting directors get together. Casting directors are people who hire the extras. They hire and they do the casting of even the regular people.
Yeah.
They get together and they say, we want everyone here in a circle. They're like, all right, let's go. Not thinking anything of it. Me and our brother are next to each other. They said, all right, it has come to our attention. I'm sure everyone saw it on TMZ. And everyone starts laughing.
Early in the morning.
Everyone starts laughing. Ha, 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 ha. They're like, yes, I'm sure everyone saw it on TMZ. But we want to let everyone know here. Warner Brothers lawyers are the most toughest lawyers that exist. And we're currently finding, and we will find, whoever leaked that video.
Uh-oh.
And so we're just letting all y'all know. You might want to come forward, but Warner Brothers lawyers
Cooperate.
are on this. So I start freaking out. I'm like, I go to him, bro.
You're going to get blacklisted.
My lord, oh my lord, oh my lord. And I started going crazy. I was like, oh my God.
You're looking guilty.
Meanwhile, they said, all right, let's go and film. So we went and we filmed. The whole entire time in my mind, I'm just thinking about this thing. You're acting, we're protesting. They did the big bus scene. They drove a big bus with Sandra Bullock in it coming out the window. And we're just throwing rocks at the bus.
Wow.
And filming the scenes, but the whole entire time, through the back of my head, I'm thinking, am I going to get sued? Did I do this?
You're like, maybe I shouldn't throw these stones at Sandra Bullock.
Exactly. And they threatened Warner Brothers lawyers, all that. Big time.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
The day ended around 11 p.m. We went back to the hotels. I was freaking out. First thing I do, I go and I call my friend from TMZ. Bro, please tell me I'm not going to get in trouble because you do not want to know what happened today. They threatened to sue, and Warner Brothers lawyers are looking for the person who spread that video. And it got quiet for a second. And all I heard him was laughing. He was laughing. And he stopped laughing. He says, bro, we're TMZ. He's like, we wouldn't be TMZ if we gave away our sources. We never give away our sources, and that's why we're TMZ. He's like, that's how we're powerful. No one knows who our sources are. The last thing you need to worry about is anyone knowing who gave us this video. And I was like, so I'm good. He was like, you don't have to worry.
So they were just bluffing.
Well, they're bluffing. TMZ never gives away the source.
Yeah.
Which you're the first one to hear the source right here.
Wow.
TMZ does not give away the source of that video. And so that's how they're so successful. And that video, I made money off of it. I got my check in the mail when I went home.
Yeah.
And that video went viral. I still have that video in my old phone.
Wow.
It's still there.
Are you serious?
Sandra Bullock, Billy Bob Thornton. It's in there. It's all in there. And it was on TMZ. That whole thing happened. I was so scared. Everything. I got paid.
I'm out. Gone.
Got that bread. Then
That's
leave.
It. There you go, man. Wow. True talk, brother.
Lots of stories, bro. I mean, crazy stuff, but I've been really lucky to not have, got in trouble, I guess.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean,
very blessed.
We'll keep it in the download. First episode. Might not be 5 million.
I think the statutory dates
I think it's 7
gone.
years.
7 years, yeah.
Or 14 years.
14 years. It's been then. Yeah, it's been past that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah,
Everybody knows how to use the law, too. That's part of being smart.
Way past that.
So what's in the future for you, man? Let's close the show with something. I don't want the cameras to crop out on us.
Well, to close it off big, I mean, future-wise, there's going to be a lot in the future. I have a lot of stuff I'm working on, lots of big things that are happening, but I'm just going with the flow. So as these things happen, I just talk about them. I'm not one to say, get ready, here he come, upcoming. I never do that. When something happens, you find out about it. That's the thing. I never speculate. I do big things and it's going to happen. I'm expecting some really big things also with the band, as well as both business-wise and with e-com-wise. I'm even working, like I said, I'm working on software right now. I'm working on big thing. I had planned a whole tour this year for the band. Rocklahoma. Got us on big festivals. We were going to open up for Crocus this year. We were going to play with Dokken this year.
Wow.
Riot, Lito Ford.
Oh, nice.
Skillet. Avenged Sevenfold, Rocklahoma, all those big shows, Marilyn Manson. We had big things planned this year that I put together.
I remember seeing the flyers, man. Yeah.
I cannot wait to what next year holds.
Well, hopefully all this watch us over, huh?
Big things are coming. Music might seem dead right now, but like I said, we're going to be one of the first ones performing this weekend. We're going to break the ice, be one of the first ones, to bring music back to this quarantine. And then we're going to keep pushing it. So like I said, lots of big things coming.
Very cool, man. No, we believe it. We know it. You can make it. The man, the legend, and the myth. Mr. Arturo Knight. Thank you so much, man. Sir. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
True talk, bro.
True talk,
True
man.
talk.
We'll have to do like a commemorative, I don't know, 50th or 100th episode where you come back and.